The pursuit, promotion, and exercise of digital freedom and entitlements have been on a gradual slide since the year 2010, a Freedom House report published yesterday claims. Of concern, the 41 countries evaluated in the report have either hosted or will hold elections this year, as VOA's Veronica Valderas Iglesias reports.
From websites being blocked to social media platforms being restricted and online activists incarcerated, Internet freedoms around the world are in peril. That's according to the latest assessment of 72 countries conducted by the human rights group Freedom House.
We looked specifically at 41 countries around the world that hosted some form of nationwide election. We saw that generative AI tools are increasingly being employed by parties and candidates to churn out appealing memes, mock political opponents, and reach more diverse audiences.
That can erode trust in democracy and mislead voters, he added. Earlier this year, deepfake videos of Indonesia's presidential hopefuls Anies Baswedan and Prabowo Subianto, who don't speak Arabic, showed them making remarks in that language, apparently to appeal to Muslim voters. Back then, fact-checker Santi Indra Astuti weighed in on the matter.
Hoaxes are no longer just to discredit opponents, but some seem intended to glorify their chosen candidate.
But Indonesia does not fare the worst in this year's Freedom House report. The ruling Chinese Communist Party has systematically repressed online dissent for about a decade, and this year is not alone as the world's worst environment for internet freedom, says researcher Vestinson.
The Myanmar military has sought to build a mass censorship and surveillance regime, again in part aimed at suppressing the online activities of the country's opposition.
Not everything is bad news. Zambia's civil society, for instance, has succeeded in pushing back on digital restrictions, and Chile showcases incredibly strong safeguards for human rights online, the report says. Ahead of its own presidential election, the internet in the United States remains, quote, vibrant, diverse, and free, says Vestinson. But he warns that misleading information spread by both domestic and foreign actors has proliferated online.
Actors who may be connected to the state in Russia and China, and we've even seen that Iranian state-backed actors have targeted the campaigns of people who are running for president.
By bringing attention to the state of digital freedoms around the world, researchers hope policymakers and the private sector develop ways to resist the decline and enshrine the people's right to access a free internet, particularly during election years. Veronica Valderas Iglesias, VOA News.